Impa, how are you?
Great, my man. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Good to see you, as always. First and foremost, when I saw the original lineup, you weren't the main event. Defending champion, not the main event. Obviously, things have changed.
Yeah.
When you saw that, were you as annoyed as me?
Annoyed? Man, I wasn't annoyed. I just recognized that. Like, people see how they see it, man. I don't know. It's like I don't think it was a slight towards me. Maybe they had a different marketing scheme. I don't know. Maybe they don't have respect. I don't know. I don't stress it. Like, people brought it up, and I'm just like, okay, fine. I'll just get out of here faster, go home. Like I'm doing a motorcycle ride and a road trip after. So I was like, hey, if y'all put me as the first fight of the night or the main event, I'm happy. I'm here. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna go get this title at the end of the year. Make it undeniable. Rob Wilkinson, he's an exciting fighter to watch. I could see maybe that's a thought process. I think sometimes people make it too personal, right? And it's not that at all. It can make it bigger than what it is and distract you from the job. All I know is that on Friday I fight Alex Polizzi. Doesn't matter if it's the first fight of the night. Doesn't matter if it's the middle fight or if it's the last fight or if it's the preliminaries without TV. I just know that when I fight, I'm gonna dominate, claim this victory. I pray to God that I inspire people through it, and that's it. I didn't see it much of like a slight towards me. Co-main event's a great spot, and being on the card is. It's funny because I tell people this time last year, April 1st, I fought at the Virgin Hotel. I wasn't technically even in the PFL yet. I was the alternate spot that I thought I won, and then I found out that I'm the alternate, fighting for the alternate versus Corey Henderson. I was like, oh, I didn't know this. So turn that around, and then you're like, man, you are the main event. Everything works out how it's supposed to. I just ran into Rob. I told him, man, it'd be an honor to fight him. I think he's an excellent fighter, and I'd love to down the road if that's the case of the past line. Then the best should fight the best, and he's earned his way. People popped. I know he's one of them that doesn't. I'm not going to take away from the way he fought or the decisions that he made. More importantly, I wanted to say about me being the main event spot is this: it's like things work out how they're supposed to. I mean, if you told me that I was going to pop last season, and then now I'm here, and get to the title, right? I mean, just keep doing the right things. Your time will come in life, right? Like, you talk about your life, man. I'm proud of you, all that you've done. Like, you made the right decisions for your life. And you talk about, like, in that last interview I saw you with Fitzgerald, that you're not going to let your family down. And that's how I look at it for me. I'm not going to get caught up for the main event or not, because I believe that one day I'll be the main event nonstop. I used to say one day I see my face on the billboard, and somebody said, hey, I saw your face on the billboard in Vegas, and I didn't even know it was up there. So I just want to say thank you to the PFL for having me. Thank you for them for recording. I got to fight in Riyadh. I got to come here. Like, I'm grateful. God's blessed me, and I'm not annoyed at all. I'm stoked to do what I love again.
Obviously, you're not looking past Alex Polizzi, and I'm not going to make you look past him, but you have Rob in this tournament, you got Shoeface in this tournament, former champions. They weren't here last year, so you got the three champions in the same division, same tournament. Are you happy about that?
I love that, and including Sadabu as well.
Yeah.
So for me, like, ideally, it'd be awesome, I fight, I go claim this victory. Friday, this first round finish, move forward, and then the next three fights, all the champions, whatever way that is. Rob, Sadabu, Shoeface, Sadabu, Rob, other way around, whatever that other order would be. Like, I mean, how cool would that be? Every fight would be the champion currently versus the former champions, and then in the last fight I'll go get that title again in 2024, do it back to back. I think I have a couple more years with PFL, see what happens, right? And like, hey, I'm grateful to main event spot now. I'm gonna keep enjoying my days and just thanking God for where I'm at in life. I love the PFL, I love the staff, and I love the people. I'd love to stay here for the long term. We'll see where God takes it, but I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. So I want to fight them champions. I want to have the best of the best, and I want to take them all out. That's what I'm here to do.
Awesome. Well, before you do that, you have to get past Alex this weekend. How do you see this kind of matchup going?
It's going to be dominating from the beginning to the end. It's going to be finishing the fight early on, sharpshooting, being smart, being intelligent, using my whole arsenal that I need, and, man, I'm going to go dominate. I think Alex is a tough fighter. He comes to fight. He's smart. He puts pressure. He takes hard shots. He comes back to fight. He sticks to his game plan. He's coached very well, and I'm honored. Like, I'm very much honored to fight him. So I don't look past him. I don't overlook him at all. I know that from the beginning to the end, and you've seen me with my hands raised.
I think I always make a bigger deal out of this, but last time you fought American Top Team, now you're fighting Extreme Couture. Does that ever enter your mind at all, or is it just do you see this person that you're fighting?
No, I mean, I respect where they come from, man. I think American Top Team's a great team. I think that I won my last fight. I'm not here to argue it. I know the truth. Like, I don't have to fight that. Like, it's whatever. But I mean, they're all great gyms, great fighters, and I'm looking forward to fighting Johnny again when that time comes, if it's God's plan. And, Josh, I just ran into him. Excellent fighter. Good guy. Man, we fought too, so that's awesome. And then Extreme Couture. Shout out to Randy, man. I'll probably see him. He might be cheering this guy on from the booth, and then I'll go claim his victory, finish his fight, and I'll look at him and be like, hey, I think I fought a few of the guys. Maybe Maki Patola was there at the time when I was in the UFC. Look at other guys, multiple people from that gym. So it's like we're used to seeing each other, right? And it's cool to see the growth. I keep dominating these fights, keep claiming these victories. I'm gonna move forward. Honor God, do my job, man, and that's what I'm here to do.
At the end of the day, how do you get your hand raised on Saturday?
I finish him. I dominate. I put the pressure. I choose on my will. First round finish. Move forward. Dominant striking. Either it's a submission or it's a knockout. Right? And the doctor stops it, which was really cool. So, any kind of way that I want.
Awesome. Rob, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Been a long time coming. So first and foremost, how difficult was it to sit out all of last year?
It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch everything, but I made a mistake, and that's what I had to do. So it's exciting to be back.
Obviously you were perfect in PFL, right? And everybody's expecting you to repeat and do it again. Then you make this mistake, and you see these other people. So I guess on the sidelines, how did it motivate you to keep going?
I think it was just hard because some of the fights I wasn't very impressed with, so it's just I wish I was there. I felt like I could definitely have won that belt again, but I just had to do what was right for me, and I actually took some time off. My body was pretty beat up, took some time off to heal, and then come back, and I'm back here this year. It's the time's gone by, and I'm excited to go win another belt.
And now there's three, technically 4 champions in the division this year, and I know you were asking for Shoeface last year,
yeah.
Right? Now he's in the tournament, so how excited are you that he's in the tournament, Impa's in the tournament, Sadhu C's in the tournament? So is that more motivating that there's 4 champions in this bracket?
Yeah, definitely. There's it's a stacked division this year, and we've also got the PFL Europe champion, so a lot of good fights to have. I'd love to fight either Shoeface or Impa in the final. I think that would be a very exciting final fight for the championship. But yeah, it's a stacked division, so it's definitely a good year to go out and win it.
I already had an opponent switch up. I guess how difficult is that, training for somebody and then having it switched up within a few weeks of the fight?
It is difficult, but I try and always kind of just train to be the best fighter I am, and not always game planning only on them. So the main difference is he's a southpaw. He's definitely doesn't really wrestle as much, but he's got very good submissions. He's more of a boxer, and he's good at getting those subs. But just kind of changing a few tactics with your striking and that sort of stuff with the southpaw. But at the end of the day, I was confident in myself, and I'm ready to go. How
familiar were you with Tom Breeze? He was kind of a hot prospect in the UFC. Shit happened, left the UFC, and kind of been floundering ever since.
Yeah, I hadn't really watched much of him before. I mean, I probably would have, but didn't recognise the name until I started going back and watching tape. So I had to just watch a bunch of his old fights. Yeah.
On paper, it's a very fun matchup. Both of you guys come forward. Both of you guys look for the finish. So, at the end of the day on Friday, how do you get your hand raised?
I see myself knocking him out.
And obviously, you said you want Shoeface in the finals. Is there anybody you want next, or are you just focusing on Tom Breeze? You don't want to look past this guy.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on Tom Breeze. You never know who you're going to get next, so there's no point worrying about it too much. I just train to be the best fighter, and I'm happy to fight anyone. So yeah, whoever they give me.
And are you trying to go out there and really make a statement on Friday to be like, did you guys forget about me? I'm still here.
100%. I want to go out there, make a statement, show that I'm back, and I'm going to go win that belt.
Shoeface, you're back.
It's good, man. It's good to be back.
How you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. That's the feeling that I miss it.
How difficult was it to sit out all last year and not compete?
It's a hard time for every athlete. Every injury, it's a tough time. It was very tough to me, but I learned a lot of other stuff. Get more mature. Some things happen in life, and you just have to accept. What's sad for sure. But you need to use that as your strength. To come back even better. Every injury that I had, I always come back better. I always come back strong. I always come back more motivated. And it's the same right now.
How did you enjoy Big Brother?
A crazy experience, right? Crazy experience, man. Yeah, but it was good, you know. I experienced that I always watch it and want to leave, you know, want to leave the moment, want to leave that all that thing. And it was pretty cool, you know. I met a lot of like good people. A lot of good people met me too, you know, and understand about MMA. A lot of people who never really like understand what was fighting, you know, MMA, PFL, whatever. Like they now like everybody like tune on the TV and watching the fights. It's gonna be great.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. You know, it's man, I can't be just sit at the couch, you know, doing nothing. You know, when I knew I couldn't be able to be part of the season, I said, all right, man, I will accept this challenge, and let's do it. That's what I did. I would do it over again for sure.
Before we get to your fight in the season, how excited were you that the PFL acquired Bellator, which means more fighters in the PFL? Like, you know, that was one of the big knocks on the PFL. Like, people were like, there's just not enough fighters in there. But now you bring Bellator, there's so many new fighters.
Yeah, right.
Were you happy about that?
Yeah, I saw about it. You know, they actually invited me to fight on the February, but it was like I was already getting ready for, you know, this date. Mm-hmm. So I said, I don't think it's gonna be great now. It was a short notice, so I knew about the everything that happened. I don't know how it's gonna be, to be honest, because it's pretty new. You know, the good stuff. We have a lot of fighters now, so the challenge is even bigger. So this is exciting.
Before we talk about your opponent, there's 4 champions in this tournament.
Crazy.
Right? There's you, Impa, Sadabusi, Rob.
Yes.
Are you excited that, you know, there's 4 champions and there's a potential that you fight all 4 champions, right? So is that exciting?
For sure, you know, 4 golds fighting for a gold. You know, it's pretty nice, man. Like former champions and stuff all together fighting each other. I think people gonna love it, you know, and it's a big challenge for us. So just great fighters in the season.
4 champions looking to repeat and get that second belt, right?
Yes, yes. Everyone like super motivated, you know, and look for another goal, you know. Everybody just have one, so we're looking for the second.
Let's talk about your opponent, Simon. He was a big prospect in Bellator. Mm-hmm. Did you know who he was at all before he was offered to you?
Not really, you know. To be honest, I don't really watch a lot of fights. Okay. You know, I just watch like my opponents, my fights, and my friends. You know, so I never really watch his fights. But this time, I took a lot of hours to understand, to study his game, understand like his best weapons, you know, and the holes on his game. So I saw he's a very big and strong. You know, as I said. There are some things that I see I could use against him, you know, but you know you can, like, you have to be really good to be here. So
on paper it's a very fun fight, and you can maybe break it down to a striker versus grappler match, but is it that easy, or is it going to be a mixed martial arts match?
Mixed martial arts for sure. You know, you always have to mix it up. I've said that like in some interviews. You cannot be like unidimensional, do just one thing. You know, it's gonna be really easy to read. So you have to mix it up. You know, making him think you're gonna strike and grab, making him think you're gonna grab and strike, or you know, do both at the same time. I don't think he's just a striker too. I saw he likes to grab the guys, put against the cage, work on the ground and pound. So this is kind of like a grappler. Even, you know, even the ground and pound is kind of grappler because you need to take the guy down. So I think he's a very complete guy, you know, and gonna look to mix it up too.
At the end of the day, on Friday, how do you win?
How do I win? Well, I always look for a submission, you know, my specialty. But I want to see like what I'm gonna present to myself. You know, I want to make things present itself. I don't want to force anything. I just want to mix it up, see what's coming, see what I'm gonna find on the night. You know, and you know, finish the night with a great victory. You know, it doesn't matter how, but I just want to get this victory like very hard.
do you want to go out there and make a statement saying and tell the fans, tell everybody like, don't forget about me, like I'm back?
Never forget about me, man. Never forget about me. You know, people never forget. You know, I just back. I need to take this time. Unfortunately, you know, I have the injuries like in my past. You know, I already had like injury on my left knee, on my left shoulder, and now was my right knee. So it is what it is. This sport's pretty hard. You know, training is always taking you to the, you know, to the limit. So sometimes the body fails, and it felt. You know, I had a lot of fights. You know, the last years. You know, 2021, 2022 was a lot of fights. You know, I supposed to do even more, but unfortunately I had this injury. But 2021 I get like 5 fights. You know, was a 5 fights to win the tournament, because I had my last fight for UFC in January, and then like I think it was March, and every 2 months like you got a new match. And I think just my body felt like the amount of training and the fights too.
And finally, I asked you this 2 years ago, but obviously your teammate Josh is in the tournament. He's really in the tournament. He made it all the way to the finals last year. Obviously, if you guys have to fight, do you hope it's for the title?
For sure. Yeah, we both hope for the title, you know, because we are partners, you know, we're friends. Like he's the son of my head coach, you know what I mean? It's gonna be pretty hard to fight him, even for the fight or not. You know, it's gonna be like, man, it's a tough moment, you know. But like if he makes to the final and I make to the final and we both fight for the title, like we both deserve it, you know. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna make like a tough sport, but you know, I actually hope we both do it, because you know I deserve the best for him.
Josh, how are you?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
First and foremost, the hair. It's gone.
Yeah. I had to make some changes, you know. The mullet was kind of like we're on this journey. The mullet's here, and then you know after I think last year was like a good moment. Like I didn't win the finals, but like it was just like I made it to the finals. This is like a good like little milestone. Let's take this shit off.
New season, new me.
Yeah, kind of like that. New season, new me. You know, just trying to refresh things. You know, to be honest, I was just getting out the shower. I was like, holy shit. You know, I was like debating like, should I wash my hair today or the next 2 days? You know, so
how's it just been like, not having to think about that, getting out of the shower?
It just not having to like go up to like the female fighters like, hey, do you have a hair scrunchie? Yeah, that's probably been the best. I don't have to use like a hair tie anymore, or like ask around. Just I would have hair scrunchies all over the place. I was like, man, this is kind of an interesting lifestyle.
Absolutely, dude. How, you know, obviously it was a big loss for you last year. You've had a lot of time to think about it, reflect on it, get over it. But I guess just what were the emotions like, man? It was you made it to the championship. You're so close.
Yeah.
Just talk to me about that, man.
You know, obviously, like losing is never something that's something that we look forward to. But there was a lot of self-talk, like, hey, appreciate where you're at, appreciate what you're doing. We didn't win it, but we made it to the finals. We had a journey. It feels good. I'm still here, you know. So it's a lot of just picking yourself back up, which is important in life as much as when you're doing amazing. Humbling yourself down. It works the same way, just a different direction. And just understanding, like, hey, you know, you're not a shit fighter because you lost the finals, you know what I mean? You're growing. I think it was sounds cliche, but it was kind of like a necessity in a way. Sometimes that's the little bit of the last formula to evolve into something else, right? I didn't make the rules of life. God, or you know, the higher power, you know, struggle and growth work hand in hand. It's hard to win in life and grow a lot, you know. So I think this was just a moment for me to grow and Yeah, man, pick myself up. Can't cry every day about it, and get back to it.
And obviously your first 3 seasons. The first season you didn't make it because of points, right? The second season you lose to a teammate.
What's up, buddy? How's it going? No,
You lose to a teammate, right? So you lessons about that, and then the third loss was you lost in the championships, right? So it's like each season,
each time, yeah,
you like learn something.
Yeah, each time you learn something. I would say that it was something that you grow with time, right? We don't know. That's the beauty about this sport, right? You go in there thinking two guys go in there thinking, I'm gonna win this fucking thing, and somebody has to be wrong, you know. I think the first loss to Omari, my teammate, was an experience type of loss, and I learned some things here and there, and it was kind of different because it's fighting my teammate. I think the finals fight when I lost to Impa, I think that was like a true loss in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. I felt a lot of like, damn, that one stung a lot. Not just because it was the finals. I think just a 5-round. I learned a lot in that fight. So I think I got to look back, and I don't like looking back and smelling the roses and the flowers all the time. But look back, man. Like they teach you in kindergarten to pat yourself on the back. Kind of pat myself on the back and talk to myself and say, hey, man, you're doing good. It's not going to be amazing first class ride the whole time. Right. Sometimes you got to sit economical, and enjoy that ride. Be blessed to where you're at. There's many guys who would probably kill to be in my position, and we move on in life, man. Fighting is something that I do. It's not my life completely. I'm Josh. I have a family. I'm a son. I'm an uncle. I'm a dad dog. Fighting is just a big thing of what I do, and it's gotten me many blessings in life.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, man. Let's just get right into it. Fighting Sadi. He's coming up from welterweight to light heavyweight. Yeah. When you saw that, what do you think of the matchup?
Instantly when I saw it, I said, man, this guy's tired of cutting that weight. But a lot of people are like, oh, is this the right move? Is this, I think that's a personal thing for him. I think he's 37. He doesn't want to cut to 170. The guy looks like a skeleton when he cuts to 170. He's 6'3". He's taller than me, He has a frame. He's if you look at the most light heavyweight division, we're a bunch of 85-pounders going up to the light heavyweight, not every day you see a dog sprint through the hotel. So he's a middleweight moving up to light heavyweight, and I think that's the case for a lot of guys. If you look at me, I'm not the biggest light heavyweight. There's probably like 3 or 4 legitimate light heavyweight guys in this division, and division stacked this year. So I don't see it as I think the public sees it, or at least from what people tell me, like, oh, he's gonna be skinny. I think he's pretty filled out. I haven't seen him yet, but I think he's gonna be pretty filled out. I think he's gonna be enjoying life. I think he's gonna have a lot more pros and cons for moving up to 205. So I think it's a great matchup. I think we all know what I got to do, and I think we all know what he has to do. Yeah.
Is it as easy as a striker versus grappler match, or is it, obviously it's a mixed martial arts match?
It's a mixed martial arts match, but I think it's good. It's like a classic, the striker versus the grappler. Obviously, I go in there thinking I'm going to grapple people, and then I go knee him a bunch of times in the face or kick him in the head. I think it's going to be a good little chess match. I think I'm going to have to work. And I think he could put it on cruise control. I think he's won many fights like that. So it's going to come down to attitude, man. Attitude and getting after it.
How do you get your hand raised finally?
I get my hand raised, putting pressure on him, taking him down, making him work. If he gets back up, no problem. We'll put him back down. Getting tired, making him join me to the deep end of the water, and get a submission in there. Put him on the ground, get a submission. I've had teammates beat him. 2 teammates beat him. Maga and Glyco. And the path of victory was take him down, make him work. You know, so I think he's 0-2 against American Top Team. Let's get it.
0-3?
Let's get 0-3.
Awesome. The Renfro Show. How are you?
Great. Happy to be here. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Couple days until the fight. How you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Ready to perform. So happy to be here. Like excited for the opportunity to be fighting for PFL. First fight of the season. Go out there, rip this dude's heads off, and make my money like I do. You know, go home, get on to the next one. You know, but I'm focused on this moment right now, and my job right now is to beat the best Gaji Rabavadov or whatever his name is. But I'm gonna beat this man bad. He's in danger.
I think the biggest question people had coming in the fight is how are you going to make lightweight 3 times this year? I'm looking at you, bro. You looking good. You're looking good.
4 times, yeah.
How are you feeling coming?
You guys know me, man. I'm sharp, baby. I'm feeling great. Weight's on point. Everything's on point, and I'm feeling as smooth as possible. God's been great this camp. My team's been great this camp. I'm really blessed to be here. I'm so excited to perform and show you guys what I can really, really do. The last fight was very, very close in my opinion. You know, a few things different in the second round, and I feel like I would have stole the fight. But not stole the fight, would have won the fight. But you know, you live and you learn. You get experiences for a reason, and now I'm here with a similar fight in front of me, just maybe a smaller guy. I'm gonna go out there and dominate. That's it.
How do you like this matchup? Is it obviously on paper? It's a fun matchup. I think everyone knows he's gonna try and take you down. People know you're gonna go knock this dude out.
Yeah, I mean that's what people maybe think. You know, I'm gonna come with the full game of MMA. You know, so if the opportunity is there for me to take him down, to hold him down, to smash him out, I'm gonna do it. I've been training with Murillo Santana over in Unity Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm training with those guys. They get me very, very sharp. Also training that culture and training with my coach Chris. So I'm ready to rock, man. Anywhere the fight goes, and I'm sure he's planning on fighting anywhere the fight goes too. But here's the thing: he wants to shoot, let him shoot. He ain't gonna take me down. And if he does get me down, he ain't gonna keep me down. So we're gonna be fighting wherever I want to fight at, and that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, we can go out there and do what I want to do, and you guys know what I want to do. Knock him the fuck out. Send his skull through the fucking bleachers. That's it.
You've been in Vegas a lot this last year. How's it to come out here and fight in Vegas, in the fight capital of the world?
It's amazing to be fighting in Vegas again. Last time I fought here was Contender Series. I got robbed on there, so I don't even want to talk about that bullshit. But it's great. It's great to be in Vegas. It's cool that I have a lot of teammates and friends out here now because I was out here so much training with Patrick Mix and Tatiana Suarez, and now we're at Extreme Couture. All those guys, Sean Strickland, Chris Curtis, those guys took me in like family, took care of me, and I'm super, super happy to be here again.
So at the end of the day, this Saturday, how do you get your hand raised?
Friday night, I get my hand raised any way I want to. But to be real, I see me just pressing them, feinting them, and getting them out of there. Touching them and getting them out of there. Making it look easy. Dusting my shoulders off. That's it.
This is a simple question, but you get that $1 million, and I know you're going to be asked this throughout the season, but you get that $1 million, what's the first thing you buy?
First thing I'm going to do is take a nice vacation, like in a hotel, and just chill and do nothing. Because I'm training so much. I'm doing all the work. I'm doing the media by myself. You know, I'm doing the interviews. I'm doing obviously the training 3-4 times a day. Traveling all over America just to get better at whatever part of my craft that I can. So just work nonstop. You know, and also like trying to be the best brother I can be, trying to be the best son I can be, trying to be the best friend I can be, best teammate I can be, best student I can be. So just had a busy time, and I'm looking forward to the season for sure. But after the season's done, I'm definitely looking forward to just taking just a few days just to just chill, maybe like 5 days to a week, just to get a room, just chill, you know, make sure everybody's good, take care of my family. First thing I buy is probably like just, I don't even know what I would buy. First thing I buy, man, Sheesh, that's a tough one. First thing I buy, maybe a ring, maybe an octagon. Buy an octagon, like, I don't know where I'm put it at, so probably need to buy a crib, but I don't want to buy a house yet. I don't feel like that's too much money to put down too early, you know. But probably buy an octagon, you know, so I can just keep whooping ass like I do in my free time. Keep painting pictures.